Hi everyone, Matt from the pre-sales team at Net Support here, and today I've got a technical video for you where we're going to be taking a look at installing the classroom.cloud Windows Student via Microsoft Intune. Now, this video is specifically for customers who are managing multiple schools through their classroom.cloud web portal, but each one of those schools feeds into a single Microsoft 365 tenancy. Now, if you're an individual school, or if you're managing multiple schools through your classroom.cloud web portal, but all those schools feed into their own individual Microsoft 365 tenants, this video isn't for you. I've done a separate one that covers how to set the software up in that particular scenario. Now, if you're unsure of which video you should be watching, as always, get in contact with our support team or your account manager, and we can send you a link to the correct video. Now, assuming you're still watching, first thing we need to do before we jump into Intune is download a couple of files. And we can do this from the Sites section and select any site. So if you're managing multiple sites, doesn't matter which site you choose to do this from. Click on Installers, and there's two files we need to download here. So first of all, you're going to want to download the MSI, and secondly, you're going to want to download the ADMX templates in this zip file. So click the button at the bottom of the page here. So now we've downloaded the files that we require, the first thing we're going to do is set up the application deployment. So to do that, you're going to want to click on Apps on this left-hand side menu, click on All Apps, and then Add. From the drop-down here, select Line of Business App, click on Select, and then click to select your app package file. So this is going to be MSI. So we open up the File Explorer and select the MSI there, click on OK, and then we come through to the app information screen. So there's two bits of information we need to enter in here. So the first one is publisher name. So I'm just going to pop in Net Support, and then we need to enter some command line arguments. So what we're going to be doing is setting the app up to install with no configuration, and then use the device configuration feature within Intune to apply the relevant configuration to our devices. But that will make a little bit more sense in the second half of this video when I go through that with you. So for now, all we need to type in here is install type equals image, just like that. Now, there is a second argument you can add in here. Now, this is completely optional, so it's your decision on whether you want to add this in. But that argument is ARP equals 1. So what this does is it will add an entry into the add remove programs under the Windows setting for the application. By default, when Intune deploys an application, it hides it from that part of your settings in Windows. So you might want to have it visible, you might not. By default it won't be, but if you add in this ARP equals 1, it will put an entry in that section of Windows there. And finally, there are some other options here, other information you can add in. That's entirely up to you. It's fine just to leave these other fields blank, so that's your choice. So click on Next. Then we come to the assignment section. So this is where we pick the groups that we want to install the package to. Now, you can do this at this point, or you can skip it now and you can set up the assignments after the app has been completely set up in Intune. We can go in and we can edit the settings there. But just to show you how to do this from here, so you click on Add Group. So I've got a couple of groups I've set up. So I've got two schools, Grange Hill and Waterloo Road, and I've set up a group for each one of those. So just wait for Intune to pull through my groups list. So you can see I've got a Grange Hill student devices and Waterloo Road student devices. We'll just select Grange Hill for now and click on that there. So that will deploy to any machines that are in that particular group there. So click on Next. We've got our final check here, so we can just make sure that we're happy with all the information we've added previously. Click on Create, and that will then create the application deployment, and it will upload the MSI to the cloud. you can actually track the progress through this notification. So it will save, and then what will happen in a moment or two, you'll get some progress on the upload. So it will give you a percentage of how far it is through the upload. Once it's complete, you will be able to then edit the application. But as you can see here, it's telling me I can't make any changes because the upload isn't been complete. But you can see it's showing us the progress there. So we'll wait for that to complete, and then we'll jump on to the next stage of the setup. So now we've set up the app deployment, the next thing we need to do is set up our device configurations. So this can be done by clicking on Devices, then under the Manage Devices section you want to click on Configuration, and we're going to actually use ADMX templates to apply our configuration. So the zip file you downloaded earlier, you're going to want to extract that and then go to Import ADMX. And on this screen you'll notice that I've already got the Windows templates imported. Now there's a bit of a quirk with this feature that our classroom.cloud ADMX template won't upload successfully unless you've also got the Windows templates uploaded. So to get hold of the Windows templates, what you would do, so I'll just demonstrate this for you. If you go to the C drive on your computer, click on Windows, and then you want to go to Policy Definitions, and there should be a file Windows ADMX there. So click on Open. So it's giving me a warning there because I've already uploaded those. And then in the same folder there should be a folder called ENUS. So you want to go to that, and there should be a corresponding ADML file there. So that's what you do. And then you would click on Next there. Now I'm not going to do this because it's going to error out because I've already uploaded these, but follow through, do that, click on Next. It will upload the Windows ADMX templates for you, and then once you've done that we can import the classroom.cloud templates. So if I go to where I've unzipped those two, so they're in ADMX, classroom.cloud ADMX. So we want the ADMX file first, and then in the ENUS folder we want the ADML, and click on Next and Create, and they will take a moment or two to upload. So once that status has changed to available, we're good to go, and then we can set up our device configuration. So our templates have now successfully uploaded, so we're going to want to click on the Policies tab, click on Create, New Policy. The platform you want Windows 10 and later, and for the profile type you want templates, and then we want to use the imported administrative templates option here. Click on Create. Now we're going to want to create a device configuration for each of our schools. So I'm going to call this classroom.cloud Grange Hill, and click on Next. And then you'll see that we've got our imported templates here. So if we click through, and there's three bits we need to set here. So that's the account ID, the site ID, and the region. So those can all be got from the installer page from your classroom.cloud web portal. So if I jump back here, so we're on Grange Hill, it's this information here we're going to need to enter. So I'm going to copy this site ID because I'm not going to be able to remember that. And I'm going to click on account ID here, click on enable, paste that in, click OK. For region, enable that, and my region is UK South. And then finally for site ID, my site ID is 1. So click on 1 there, and that's all set up. Click on Next. Scope tags, I don't bother with these, but if you want to set those up, you can. And then we've got assignments. So what we're going to want to do is add our groups. So as you saw earlier, I had a group for Waterloo Road, and I had one for Grange Hill. So I want this configuration just to apply to my devices at Grange Hill. So I'm going to select those. So what this will do is it will apply configuration that will make any devices in this group appear under the Grange Hill School in my classroom.cloud web portal. So I'll click on select, next, and create. Give that a moment or two to create. I'll refresh that. There, so we've got classroom.cloud Grange Hill, and then if I want to do that for Waterloo Road, I do the same thing. So templates. So we'll call this, I'll just pick that one and edit it. So call that classroom.cloud Waterloo Road. Again, click on that, student configuration, and to get the details for Waterloo Road, I can just select installers, and everything essentially is going to be the same there. Ooh, there we go, that's populated now. Everything's going to be the same except for this site ID. So my account ID and region are going to be the same as Grange Hill, but this site ID is going to be 2, so that's going to tell any machines I apply this particular configuration to put them against the Waterloo Road site. So we'll go in. I think I should still have the account ID on the clipboard, so we'll pop that in there. Region again is going to be UK South, and the site ID this time is going to be 2. Click on next, skip the scope tags, and then for assignments I'm going to select my Waterloo Road student devices, click on next, click on create, and then obviously if you've got sort of 5-10 sites, you would go through here and you would set up the configuration for each of your sites within the classroom.cloud web portal. Now, the advantage of using this method, so setting up an app with no configuration and then setting the configuration separately, is creating this configuration is a one-time action. So you do this and then you can essentially forget about it. When it comes to upgrading the software, all you need to do is upgrade that single application package. So you could actually create an application package for each one of your sites, but if you had 20 sites, each time we do a release, you're going to have to come in here and create 20 application packages, whereas by doing it this way, you set the configuration that needs doing one time, and then for any upgrades you just simply upgrade one simple application package, so it just makes things a lot quicker going forward. So that's everything set up now for the app to deploy and the configuration to be applied. There are just another couple of little bits that I wanted to cover off, particularly if you're new to Intune. These are the things we sort of tend to find catch people out a little bit. So first of all, editing the app after you've created it. So that can be done by clicking on apps, all apps, clicking on classroom.cloud student, and then going into properties. So you can change the app information by clicking the edit at the top here. But what's possibly more likely is with the assignments, you might want to add or remove groups here. So to do that, click on edit. And you remember when we set this up, I only added my Grange Hill student devices. So perhaps now I want to add in my Waterloo Road devices. So I can click on add group there, find my Waterloo Road student devices, click on select, click on review and save, and then save, and I've added that particular group of devices for this application deployment. The other thing that sometimes can catch people out is removing the software. So if I decided I wanted to remove the software from my Grange Hill student devices, just coming in here and deleting that isn't actually enough. All that will do is it will prevent the software from being deployed to any devices that don't have it already installed. It's not actually going to remove it, it's just basically going to stop the deployment. So to actually uninstall the software, you need to add the group to this uninstall section here. So what I would do is I would remove it from the assignment at the top here, and then I would come in and I would specifically add it to the uninstall group. So there we go, Grange Hill devices. So I click on review and save, and now that will say any machines in that particular device group with classroom.cloud installed on them, send them an uninstall command and remove the software. The other thing with Intune, and if you've been using this for a little while, you're going to be well aware of this, is that the Intune portal is actually quite slow to update. So what you're possibly going to find under the device install status here, this is showing that the software is not installed on any devices. As the software pushes out, this will slowly update, but you're going to find that the devices appear in your classroom.cloud web portal before Intune is feeding back and saying that the software is installed. So just be aware of that. The device install status can be useful if an install has failed. It can sort of let you know where that install has failed. But in terms of sort of a live view of the software being pushed out, it's not brilliant for that. You're probably better off logging onto your classroom.cloud web portal and sort of monitoring the devices appearing in there. So the final thing I want to cover in this video is just a little bit of configuration you need to do from within the classroom.cloud web portal in order to license your devices. Now, if you're an existing customer, you're probably already aware of this step, but if you've just signed up for a trial, you might not know about this. So what you want to do is select the site you've deployed the devices out to. So I'm going to select Grange Hill here, and then you'll see under unassigned devices, we've got one unassigned device. So at the moment, the software is installed on this device, but it doesn't have a license. Now, in order to license devices, we need to assign them to a device group. So if you haven't set any device groups up already, you can create them under the device groups menu option and just simply click on this add device group button here at the top of the screen. And then when you've got some device groups, two ways you can assign your machines. So you can either do it on an individual level, click on the three dots and click assign, or if you've got multiple machines, you can bulk select them using the tick boxes here, and then click on bulk assign devices, pick a device group, click on yes. That will then license that device. And if we click on the devices menu, we can see that's the device I've just licensed there, and it's showing as available, and it's all ready to use with the classroom.cloud software. So that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all again soon.